Hi there, welcome to Floating in Dreams. Today's video is going to be the Catrice Spring Summer Update for 2023. Oh yes, these products already dropped. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. If you're into eyeshadow palettes, SSA Catrice, and getting the use out of your makeup the way that I am, then definitely stay tuned because this video may be right up your street. I am going to be talking about all the new bits that I was able to pick up from the new Catrice line. This came out of nowhere. I didn't think this was going to happen until like February time, but here we are. It's like just the second half of January, and we already have a spring summer collection. So there's a lot here, so I'm not going to ramble on too much. The only things I don't have new are concealer and a setting spray. Everything else is new from Catrice, so let's just get to it. And if you've never been here before, then it may be good to know that I have fair skin with a cool to neutral undertone, which greatly skews my makeup preferences. And because I have been buying, trying, and reviewing makeup for more than a decade, I also have some very strong favorites and I know what I like. So if you would like to join the Snow Angel Club, all you need to do is click the subscribe button down below. So yeah, new Catrice is already here. I'm just going to do my makeup because I am doing my makeup to get ready for work today as well. So I hope it all comes out okay. But this is the first time I'm putting everything onto my face. I did already swatch these, so I have a bit of a first impression. And I will be inserting close-up pictures and also pictures of the swatches as we're going along so that you can have a good idea. I cannot do everything in one video. I know sometimes people get disappointed when I don't show all the products. But I'll give you an idea of all the products for sure in today's video, but I will be doing at least 2 spin-off videos where I'm going to be trying some more of the lip products because they've come out with a full new line of lip glosses and also matte lipsticks. And also all of the eyeshadow I cannot try in today's video just yet. But for the face, I think we can manage. So I'm going to start us off with this. This is the Smoother Plumping Primer Concentrate. A primer concentrate? I'm not even sure what this is supposed to do. It just says here that it should optically fill in fine lines. It's only 15 milliliters of product. Now, I don't have a terribly big face, but this product, it just seemed a little, I don't know. I'm not sure, like, it says it's a concentrate. It just feels like a very liquidy sort of thing. So I'm not sure how much I should use of this, but I'm just gonna apply my usual amount and then we'll see. So my first impression here of the product is that it feels very pleasant on the face. It feels pretty hydrating, but a concentrate, I think would just fit 50 milliliters in the tube, that I could go through this very, very quickly. I still have some other primers from SSA Catrice to try out for you because I didn't manage to review those yet. I mean, this guy is still not gone. I thought maybe I have to go into this as well if the other one doesn't work. So that's why that's here. So I'm still using that up. It's almost done. But yeah, I still have some other primers to try out as well. So the review for that one is gonna have to wait for a little while. But yeah, in case you are looking for reviews of these, I always review single products over on the blog, and you can find a link in the description box down below. And then I have something very exciting, which is a new foundation. Catrice came out with the Nude Drop Tinted Serum Foundation, and I'm suspecting that this is a sort of re-promote of a foundation they used to do. It seems very similar in the bottle and also when I swatched it on the back of my hand, but they used to do a radiant version of the HD liquid, which was only around for a hot minute. It was discontinued very quickly, and it was one of my all-time favorite foundations Catrice has ever done. I still have mine somewhere in a Makeup Memories box because I was like, that may be good for a comparison. So at some point in time, I definitely do want to swatch them side by side to see how similar they actually are. But this feels nice. This was very pretty on the back of my hand. I have this in the shade 004N. This came in a decent shade range. I'm like Catrice and shade ranges, we all know they're not the best, but at least with this one, they seem to be trying. It wasn't just like 5 shades of beige and nobody else could find it. This isn't even the lightest shade in the collection. So I was happy about that. So you do need to shake this up, I think, because it is this more liquidy thing, and it's got hyaluronic acid and vitamin E. And it seems to have a pretty glowy finish as well. You'll see that as it goes on, just as a dropper. And then what I have been loving doing with my foundation is to apply it first to the face. It's perhaps a bit yellow for me. It looked a bit peachy on the back of my hand, which had me excited because I love things that are a little peachier, but now that I put it on, it seems a bit more yellow. Okay, so one dropper is definitely too much for me. Like I just like put on the back of my hand whatever what was in the dropper that it sucked up, but that's a bit too much. And this also, like, it just has a makeup-y scent. It doesn't have any fragrance to it, it seems. Oh, look at that. It does seem to, when you put it on, do you see that it deepens up a bit? So it does oxidize pretty quickly. So let me take the excess off the back of my hand because else I'll be making a mess because I'm wearing a white sweater. And then I've been trying out my BK Beauty brushes. This is the 109, and I've been loving it for concealer and foundation. So let me see how this blends in. Okay, so I'm really liking the look of this foundation. It's lightweight, dewy texture. It's more of a medium coverage, I would say, like light to medium rather than like a very, very sheer. Like there's definitely enough pigment here to cover up all of my redness. I feel that all I need really is a bit of concealer on the under eyes and I'm good to go. Shade-wise, I feel it's a really good match for me. It does deepen up a little bit as you're using it, so it oxidizes very quickly. But I feel that that shade is actually the shade. It turns a bit peachier in the undertone when it dries down than that very bright sort of yellow undertone it had at the start. So I do really like this. I'm just going to be using a different Catrice concealer. This isn't new. I think it launched in the fall time. This is the Cover and Care in 002N, which was a nice concealer, but it didn't wow me. It's not like my all-time favorite concealer. And now we need to go in with powder, and I'm taking a bit of a risk today because I just wanted to show you as many products as possible, but they've also come out with a range of powder foundations. And this is a very interesting texture. Now, I have dry skin, so powder foundations are not necessarily very high up my list of things to try, which is why the HD Matte Powder Foundation in shade 005N, I believe this was the lightest shade. I'm just going to use a powder brush to really lightly dust it over my face just to set everything in place. I'm not sure if that's going to be too heavy. We'll see. So that's why I'm saying I'm taking a risk, and I definitely do want to try this as a foundation all over my face at some point. But I'd rather do that off camera, and as I mentioned, I just wanted to show you as many things as I possibly could. So again, a BK Beauty brush. This is the 111, and I'm just taking a very small amount. This did feel very nice and sort of almost creamy to the touch when I swatched it. So that's why I'm very curious to see how this is gonna go. So I'm not gonna really put it anywhere where I'm super duper dry because I don't think that will be pretty. But just in the places where I do develop a bit of oil throughout the day, because this has to wear until, like, it's like only like 8 a.m. right now, and this has to wear definitely until like 5 p.m. at least. So that's the powder foundation. For brows, I also have Catrice products, but the brow gel isn't new. This is the Volume and Lift Brow Mascara in the shade 020. I believe it was something like ash blonde. I've got a hair somewhere. Hold on. And this is nice. This was a repurchase for me. But their new brow product is the Stay Natural Brow Stick. This is in 010 Soft Blonde. And when I saw this, I was like, huh? No! But as you will see in the swatch, this is very, very sheer. But I do kind of worry, like, if you don't have very thick brows, who is this going to work for? I mean, this can only work to fill things in. But that's about it. So let me put it into my brow. It does feel a bit waxy. So it's a good thing that this thing is sheer, because of that shape, it's really difficult to be more precise. But I feel it doesn't really go in between my brow hairs. So I really sort of need to brush against my brow hairs. And then I feel they go a little bit too dark almost. It does, you can use like the end of it, like the top edge. You can use that a little bit in the more precise areas, but I think I need to test this out a little bit more. That one's just a little bit weird and I need to figure out how to use it correctly. But you know, we got something going on in the brows. And then I'm just going to finish it off with the brow mascara. And now it's time for cheeks. And so many people already spotted this. Of course, I need to still compare this to the OG, but doesn't this just look like the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow? If that's what you guessed correctly. That's also my impression. This is the Holiday Skin Bronze and Glow palette. It comes in just one shade. This is 010 Out of the Office. Now, I love the Holiday Skin bronzers that they were already doing. In fact, it's currently in my Shop My Stash. But I'm going to be trying that today. I'm thinking I'm also going to be using a little bit of that highlighter. But I also have a liquid highlighter here. This is the All Over Glow tint in the shade 020 Keep Blushing, and it's like a pinky one. This says that it can be used for eyes, lips, and cheeks. I swatched it, and I think it wasn't strong enough for eyes, but it definitely seems to be sheer enough for the lips. And then for blush, I have two products. I have the Cheek Flirt Face Stick. So it is a cream blush, which they've done in the past, and it just seems to be like repackaged. It's in the shade Rock and Rose, and I thought it was going to be a bit more rosy, but it seems to be more cool tone pink. The blush I'm most excited for is this. This is the Cheek Lover Marble Blush in Dahlia Blossom. And this, when I swatched it, was very different from what I had expected, because I already have a Cheek Lover blush, and that's a little bit like that NARS Orgasm kind of vibe. This is more of a bright pink, and it actually reminded me a bit of the Dior Rosy Glow, but like a little bit more magenta rather than a blue tone pink. It's still a cool tone pink. It doesn't look like it in the pan, but when I swatched it, it definitely looked more cool toned on my skin, and I think this is the blush at a drugstore price point if you want to go for the cold girl look. That's definitely what this is going to give. So I think what I'll just do, use the bronzer and both of the creams first, then use a bit of the powder highlighter, and then layer a bit of the powder blush on top as well. And again, a BK Beauty brush. This is the 113. I got two of the sets for Black Friday. Ooh. That was a bit much. Can we blend it? We can. Okay, so a light hand is all you need with this bronzer. Oh, but it is a pretty shade. And I do feel this brush is not ideal for bronzer because it's quite small. That powder brush that I use perhaps better for bronzer, but I like something bigger for a powder brush. I'm just going to take this down just a little bit with the foundation. This is why I don't powder it everywhere. The All Over Glow the All Over Glow tint. So it looks quite vibrant in the, like I'm just taking a really small amount here, because I don't want to overdo it because I'm layering the powder on top. So let me see how this goes. You can see more glow in the viewfinder than I do in real life, so maybe I should layer a bit more. Okay, so for a second there, I thought that highlighter was lifting my foundation off of my face, but it wasn't. It was just a trick of the light, you could say. So yeah, this is pretty, but it's very sheer. So in real life, I can barely see this, even though I have 3 studio lights hitting me. So usually highlighters show up, but it does show up a lot better in the viewfinder here for sure. So I'm gonna have to play around with that a bit more, but I think the highlighter may not be the best. And then we have the blush, and this blush, like it looks pretty, but it looks peachier when I swatch it than what I had expected. So that's why I'm a bit like, not sure, and I'm just going to apply it my usual way, apply a bit to my fingers, and then just rub it together and really nicely warm it up. This feels a bit sticky. That's something I noticed when I was swatching it yesterday. This feels sticky. So I do really like the look of this blush though. It looks very natural on. Again, a little bit towards that like cold girl, fresh in from the cold look, but then with a bit warmer of an undertone. So if you were avoiding the cold girl look because you're like, I've got a warm undertone and it's just gonna clash with my skin tone, then maybe try this because this has a bit of peach running through it, but it still has this very fresh look. So I'm pretty happy with it, and it does seem to have a little bit of glow as well. It's very pretty. But now, just for completion's sake, I'm going to be using the BK Beauty 1110 to apply a little bit more of this powder highlighter from the little compact here. Yeah, and like in the Charlotte Tilbury, the highlighter is just not that impressive. Like if you were to be interested in this, it would be for the bronzer more so than the highlighter. But it is pretty, and it definitely adds a little bit more glow that I would want to have, and I really think it goes really well together with this cheek. So far, so good. Definitely need to play around with this one a bit more too, but I'm liking it. But now, the Cheek Lover Marble Blush and a BK Beauty 112 brush. Ooh. Maybe take a bit of that off. That's perhaps a bit much. And then again, this brush is quite sheer in its application, so I do really like it because it kind of like, if you stipple it on and then like buff it in at the same time, you get a really nice blend. Ooh, that cream and that blush actually go together really well. You can definitely tell that this blush is a bit more pigmented, and you can see it almost has like a red running through it. It's very interesting. And that's what the Cheek Lover blush looks like. Yeah, I love this. Like, I don't love putting blush all over my nose. Maybe just a little bit of the excess, just a dab here. And now it's time for eyeshadow. And they've come out with 2 new eyeshadow palettes. The Pro Slim eyeshadow palette in Blushing Ocean. This is a continuing series that they've been doing for a while. And this color story, even though like this is not going to be my favorite, but it seems pretty interesting. It seems to have a good enough deep shade. The blue did actually swatch out quite prettily as well. I mean, this seems to be one of the better quality ones because the quality of this line has been a bit wishy-washy. So I'm really curious to see how this will go, but this is just going to go into a palette review video that I will be doing for you in the future. What I'm going to be using today is the new 5 in a Box. This is the mini eyeshadow palette in Diamond Lavender Look. This is another ongoing series that they've been doing, and they've changed the packaging this time because previously the background was white and now it's like a mattified, transparent sort of plastic, which makes it seem even cheaper than it is. And I think this now comes with less product because it only has 4 grams. I'm not sure if that was the case before, but in my brain, I remember that these used to be 5 grams, like a gram of eyeshadow in each. But look at this color story. We all know I love my cool tones, and I think this is going to be perfect for work. And I also have a brighter lip option, so I think that that will go together really well as one sort of thing that I can try. But it seems to be like this really nice cool toned lavender kind of thing. And these grays are like what I would like to call heather grays. So they are grays, but they have that hint of a soft, cool toned purple in it. And then this white looks a bit white, creamy in the pan, but also this has a cooler, more lavender leaning undertone. So this looked really, really pretty. It swatched really well. I'm very impressed with the way this shimmer swatched. So I'm just going to throw this on, do a look for you, and then I'll tell you about my impressions afterwards. I already know that I will be featuring this in an upcoming palette review video for you as well. So I'm definitely going to be trying it at least one more time after filming this video to really have a good impression, because it's only 5 shades. So if I only use it once, what can I really say about it? But I'm very happy with this color story. And there we have the eye look with the new 5 in a box in the diamond lavender look. And I'm very happy with this. In case you were wondering about the brushes, I was using my BK Beauty Hooded Eyes set to create this eye look. I've been testing out these just like the face brushes, and I've been really liking this. This has been a great purchase so far. So just to update you on how I'm faring with that. But yeah, this palette, I'm loving it. This is the cool tone palette of my dreams. It's so pretty. Yes, it's gray, but it's not overly gray, because that gray, like you can see, it really has this more like lavender kind of flash to it. I really like it. And I can definitely see a look as well where if you layered this all over the lid and then for instance putting the purple shimmer, the lavender shimmer all over it for like an instant smoky eye kind of thing, I think I can also use this in the crease. So this little guy is giving me ideas for like at least 2 more looks. Say for this one, I will also be inserting a close-up picture of what I just did so you can really see what it looks like close up. But yeah, this is soft, pretty. I feel amazing wearing this. This is my kind of color story, and I know, Lorraine, I'm gonna give you a shout out here. If this is unavailable to you in Scotland, let me know. Then just send me an email, because then I would be very happy to send you one of these, because this is your color story. And in case you guys who are watching don't know who Lorraine is a subscriber who leaves the sweetest comments, and she knows exactly what she likes, and grays and lavenders are her thing, so that's why I'm giving her a shout out here. We just need to talk about one more eye product. I don't have time to put this up, but I just want to give it a shout out. This is the new Calligraph Artist matte liners, and these come in a bunch of shades. They also do a bright yellow, but I just picked up the ocean blue one. This is in the shade Ocean Flirt. It's just a felt tip liner, and it looks like a really pretty periwinkle. So again, something I want to play with, and maybe this is another combo I should do. So yeah, definitely when I put this in a palette review, I need to do some other looks with this, because I think this can be a nice combo too. So yeah, that's it for eyes. Let's talk lips. And I've got 3 different lip things to show you, one of which I'm going to put on, and the other 2 things I'm going to have to show you in another video, because I will be inserting swatches and a close-up of all of these shades. They came out with a new gloss range. This is the Plump It Up Lip Booster. It comes in 9 shades. A lot of them are very sheer though, so I'm very curious to see. It says on the back that these should be tingling and cooling on the lips, so I haven't put them on my lips yet. I'm definitely gonna have to do that for a future video, so definitely stay tuned and come back for more, because then I will be showing you these on my lips and do some more swatches for you as well. So that's the plan with this line. And then there are 11 new matte lipsticks. So Catrice has done it again. They've discontinued their entire matte lip range, and now they're doing the Scandalous Matte lipsticks. These look stunning. Again, I'll be inserting swatches and close-ups. The Bullet looks amazing. I will be doing a separate video with these as well, because this range, the shade range kind of confuses me, because it seems to be like 5 shades that all swatched identically, and then a couple more interesting and brighter shades. There seems to be a stunning red in this range. So I'm very excited to try these more and put them on my lips for you, but that again I will do in a future video. What I will be using is this, and I only picked up one of these because this kind of reminded me of something I used to have from Maybelline, and NARS used to do this as well. I think they still do, but it's a intense matte lip pen, and this can be used as a lip liner or a lipstick. This is in the shade Think Pink. It only came in like 4 or 5 shades, and this was the only shade that really looked okay to me. So this is a pencil that you need to sharpen, but you can fill your entire lip in with this. And then just for good measure, I'll put the gloss, the Plump It Up Lip Booster in Overdosed on Confidence. I'll put that on top because I think that may be a nice combo, because it's like a bright electric pink, and I think that will go with the softness of the eye. So let me whack this on. And that's what that matte lip pen looks like. Now topping it off with the gloss. Let's see if this tingles. Oh, the shades go together really well. This tingles. It's like instant, and it's also this minty kind of tingle. I can feel this on my tongue. So yeah. But I do think this is a very pretty combo. It's a very pretty shade. I'm not a huge fan of these kind of lip products, but I just wanted to show it to you that it's there and to have a lip to put on in this video today. I'm gonna have to test the glosses and the lipstick out a little bit more for you and then do my full review videos in February and March. I'm gonna spread them out, I'm sure. And the other products I will be reviewing singularly for you in my, like, Shop My Stashes and, like, over on the blog. That's where you're gonna find those. I'm gonna come back to the eyeshadow palettes as well for, like, eyeshadow palette reviews. So there's going to be a lot of follow-up content with this. And what I also love doing is that once I've also tried all the new Essence products for the season, I like to do a combined video where I go over and sort of like update you on what really worked for me and what didn't. So a couple of months down the line, I'm gonna be able to give you an update on that as well. So I thought I could do a quick check-in now that this makeup has been on for hours. I have just cooked dinner. It's about like 6, 7 p.m. at night. So this has been on for just under 12 hours. And this is what it looks like. Foundation still looks really nice. The cheek products still look really nice. It's still definitely there. Even the lip product has held up. I have not touched this up throughout the day. And also the eyeshadow still looks really pretty. It's gotten a little smudgy, but with my watery eyes, that always happens. So there's no surprise there. So yeah, overall, really good first impression here from these new Catrice products. I'm really happy. I definitely need to try them more, but I'm very excited about this foundation so far because I think you can see that it still looks really, really pretty. But I definitely need to try wearing this a lot more because just one day isn't enough. But yeah, if you want my recommendations so far based on first impressions, the foundation, the eyeshadow palette, definitely the cheek products as well, that bronzer palette and also the powder blush, I think are very, very pretty indeed. So there's a lot of follow-up content coming your way, and I hope that for now you just really enjoyed watching this video and that you got a good idea of what Catrice has to offer for the spring-summer season of 2023. I really hope you love watching this video. I definitely do regular content with Essence and Catrice as well. When the new Essence launch comes, then of course I'm going to be featuring that here as well. So stay tuned for that, because something tells me that this is gonna come in like a week or two. So I hope to be able to come on here then for you with the new Essence stuff as well. And for now, I just want to thank you very much for watching. Thumbs up the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel, and then I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye!